I'm Jamila, and I'm literally just a girl doing all the things in Toronto. I'm into fashion, beauty, lifestyle. When you want to find the best places to eat, fun stuff to do, or cafes to work from, you come to my page. To learn about how to get started as an actor, from auditioning to how you get paid, or how to write your first screenplay, I'm the one to watch. And to learn all things copywriting, content, and social media marketing, I'm your girl. On this channel, you'll learn a lot, and together, we'll do a lot. This is The Hyphenate. I'm working downtown today, and I'm going to probably 10 Dean on Spadina because it's one of my favorite places to go. It's always super spacious. I like their drinks. So I'm going to have a lot to do today. I'm doing content, I'm doing copywriting, I'm doing working on my screenplay, which I have not done in a very long time. I am the first to tell people that you need creative pursuits outside of work, and then I'm the first to leave it to the wayside. Like, I'm just like work all day, every day. It's a problem. I don't like it. So I need to work on it because my idea for my screenplay is actually really good. Like, I'm not just saying that because I'm blowing smoke up my own ass. I actually think it's a really good idea. And everyone I've told says it's a really good idea. And I don't think they're blowing smoke up my ass just because they know me. I think they actually think it's a good idea. So I need to finish it. I need to work on it so I can try and sell it and get this movie made, you know? And I have big goals, like A24 goals. I want to sell this movie, all right? There is so much stuff in my makeup drawer. Like, it's actually insane. I need you to see this. Like, look at that. Look at that. I still haven't found a concealer that I really love. Right now I'm using this one, but I want one that's like, I want two concealers. Like, one that's like a highlight shade and one that's like the one that goes like under here, you know? But I've yet to find one concealer that I like at all, like the consistency. And I'm trying to use mostly drugstore products, but all the drugstore ones I've tried so far, I'm not a fan of. And right now I'm trying the Sephora contour stick, and I actually think it's okay. I'm not, it feels kind of too, I just don't want it to slide around so much, I think. Okay, then I'm gonna make my eyebrows locked in. I tried this for the first time at a Maybelline event where they were promoting their like fluffy brow serum, which I personally wasn't a fan of because I like being able to like have more control with my brows, and I find that a pencil or an ink pen gives me more control. But I got to try this and I'm like, ooh, yes, love her. So we'll definitely be using this for as long as it's available. Hopefully they don't discontinue it because that would break my heart. Drying her down. But also, I'm so hot. The AC's on in the other room, but it's not gonna reach here. I'm just hoping it'll cool the room down enough when I start to put on my clothes and do my hair, because that is when I get super hot as well. Being a hyperhidrosis girly, if you don't know what that is, hyperhidrosis is excessive sweating, and I have a lot of sweating in my armpits. Ask anyone who knows me from high school. During my puberty days when the BO was at an all-time high, I did. And I got Botox in my armpits at one point, but unfortunately, like, some side effects of Botox is that if you get it in one area, you can sweat more in other areas. So when I got it, I sweat more in my lower back and my pubic area, which is not great when you're wearing clothes and you have a huge pit stain on your back and around down there. So I just did it twice and then I stopped because after a certain point it wasn't like paying off. And then also I started getting bumps in my armpits. Like, is that a collection of the Botox? Like, is it just collecting in my armpit in a big bump? Like, what? So yeah, it didn't pay off. So unfortunately I just have to suffer. I do have like these, like, it's almost like panty liner. It's like you stick them onto your shirt and they're supposed to help with like sweating because it goes inside your shirt and then presses up against your armpit. But then like it slides around because it doesn't stick properly to the fabric of the shirt. So it's kind of pointless. And I have a big bag of those. I've still never used them because it just doesn't work. I've recently discovered Cat's Eye, and I watched their documentary. I just put it on the background just because I wanted something to watch, and then of course it grabbed my attention and I ended up binge watching it the rest of the night and not getting any work done. But now I'm into the Cat's Eye world because I'm like, who is Cat's Eye? What is Cat's Eye? Like, I saw the Gap commercial and I'm like, I don't know who this is. Am I so old now that I'm so out of touch? I don't know who this is. So, like, but now I do. Love Lara. She's such an icon. Oh my God. And mind you, these girls are like 19, 20, 21. I am 28 years old and I'm so invested in the lives of these young girls. Oh my God, I need to get a life. But it is crazy, like, as I was watching that show, like, people say that they want diversity, they want people who are talented, but then like when they were judging them, they were only judging them by their looks. they were only judging them by their looks. And it's so sad because a lot of the girls who got cut off in the running in the beginning were so talented. I don't like wasting makeup and hair products. I have so much hair. Oh my God, I have the drawer. You know, guys, the drawer that's filled with all those hair products that you bought and have never used since. We should come up with a name for that. Products purgatory. Products purgatory. That's what we call it. Yeah. On my face. And literally the smallest dab. Like Hot Ones, the last dab. I probably won't even use all of this. Like, I use so little because I have underpainting. I did concealer and contour first, which helps me use less product. I think I need to wax my stash. I'm gonna see if I can try and get this done in 30 minutes because my thing is taking so long to get ready that I leave an hour and a half later than I always want to. And I'm trying to be out of the house by 9:30. It is currently 8:36. And I also have to go to the post office to send something back. I'm so bad with returns, guys. Like, if I need to return something, I will like start the return and then not send it because the process of getting the packaging, going to the post office and shipping it, even though it's just down the street, I hate doing it. But no, I'm like, no, I can get my money back for this. You're gonna send it back. Also, I got gifted something. Influencer, what? And the size is too big. And they're gonna send me a new size, but I have to send them, obviously, the wrong size back, so I have to do that too. And then the coup de grace, Blushing Berry Milani blush. I love this blush. I have been getting so many compliments on my blush lately, and it's because I do this, and then I layer the NYX Buttermelt blush on top. It is a power combo. Like, I love it together. And honestly, even this just by itself, it's just such a nice natural blush. So I'm a Virgo, but I'm at the beginning of the Virgo sign. I'm August 29th, so I have a lot of Leo tendencies. And I'm also raised by a Leo father. Like, I have a Libra mother and a Leo father, which means I'm very analytical and very hardworking, but also very full of myself. So even though, like, you know, the classics like Beyonce and Zendaya and Keke Palmer, they're all main characters, as am I. And that's why you're following and watching me right now. By the way, subscribe. That's the first time I'm saying it, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more fashion content and beauty and lifestyle, copywriting content and tutorials and how-tos, everything about acting and writing a screenplay and my journey as I write it, and content creation and social media management because I'm getting into that. I've kind of been doing it for my small business for the past 5 years and I've gotten so much better, and now everyone's like, offer it as a service. So I'm like, okay, but first let me show you what I know so you can validate for me whether I should even offer it as a service, because again, you know, with women of color and Black women, we will not say that we're good at anything or an expert at anything until we say we are. Like, that's why we don't apply for jobs if we don't meet 100% of the job description, because we want to make sure that we're not going to be called out as a fraud, even though some white guy who meets like 55% of the job description has no problem applying. Anyway, I like to set my base with the Airbrush setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury. First, I set with my press powder, the Fit Me press powder from Maybelline. I get so many wrinkles in my under eye because I smile a lot, which, you know what, I'm okay with that. When I get old, I'm gonna have a lot of wrinkles and smile lines, which just shows evidence of a happy life, which honestly, what more can you ask for? Okay, now the Laura Mercier setting powder, of course, one of the best, and I bake this on, especially around my nose. And then we've got bronzer. I'm just using this one right now. I like any bronzer, honestly, will do for me. I'm not picky, as long as it's not too red. I got the NYX one and unfortunately it was too red, so I stopped using it. How am I doing for time? 8:46. Okay, that's not too bad. I still have to do my hair though. And I want to do a cute little style. I'm also doing something different with my outfit because I'm using a centerpiece. It's a braided tie. Hold on, let me show it to you. Isn't she cute? I love her. I saw her on TikTok. This girl made it and was styling it, and immediately was like, I need this. And I could have made it, but knowing me, I don't have the time or the patience, so I just bought it. Took forever. You know when you like are waiting and waiting and waiting to get the shipping confirmation email, you don't get it, you reach out, be like, hey, when is this going to be shipped? And then you get the shipping email. Yeah. Now our powder blush. Isn't she just, look at her. Right now I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, but I'm not in love with it. I still haven't found a brow pencil that I love. Like the NYX ink pen or ink tint pen or whatever is okay, but sometimes it like leaks like crazy coming out, and then it gets like too dark. But then sometimes this gets too light. Like it doesn't get dark enough, but then if I try to make it darker, then it just looks like I have Cruella de Vil eyebrows, which obviously we don't want. I have so much trouble with eyeshadow. I have this palette that I just got from Sephora, and I love the colors. I love just like a natural nude, and I feel like all of these are perfect. It's the Mega Mix palette, but like I don't know, like it's always hard for me. I can't even explain it. I just try to do what, you know, all the greats like Jackie Aina and then tell me to do, but I feel like for my eye shape, I just don't know what to do. Another coup de grace. I've been warming up my mascara between my thighs this entire time just to get it warmed up and help the mascara move a little bit better. Okay, one size. The only way that I can get my hair done, and also how my boyfriend can shave his head, he uses this more than me, is this mirror. And put it on the back of your door. Also, you guys, I'm getting my first weave. I saw someone that I follow, her name is Sasha or Plaza Couture, and she's definitely my influencer. She has influenced me for many a thing. And she went to this girl who did like all the stuff that, you know, the classic like aunties used to do, like the beehive braids and a good like versatile sew in where you can like have the leave out and you can do like middle part, side part, ponytail, all that stuff. And it seems like a good price. It says $160, which I think is pretty good, but I'm just concerned because I also saw a service for the traditional beehive braids that's $120 on its own. So I have to DM her and ask her, because I already booked my appointment. I'm doing it October 5th. I'm excited, but I have to ask her, like, do I have to pay extra for the beehive braids, or is it part of the traditional versatile sew-in one that I booked for $160? I would love to know because I don't want to pay an extra $120. Okay, what am I doing? Obviously, 2 tendrils in the front, and then maybe, I know that I want to do some kind of like funky something. Let's just get you into a pony. Oh, that's tight. Let's see if we can finish this in 15 minutes. I keep giving myself deadlines, but I know I'm not going to meet them. Honestly, this on its own is cute. But okay. Am I just going to wing it? I think I'm going to wing it. What am I doing, guys? I'm really winging it here, guys. I'm really winging it here. Nope. This is so... No, too much. Yeah, sure. We don't need to break the wheel here. I'm not loving it, guys. Ugh, what do we do here? I really do like it down, so maybe I just do one and then the rest of it is down. I'm supposed to have a plan. This is what makes me late. Being a black girl can be so hard sometimes. Do I even like this? I don't. I am truly at a loss, guys. You know what? You're coming down. What are we thinking here? I don't know. This is why I get hot. I need to put this back on. Okay, now what? Like, I've done this with my braids already. I don't know if I want to do that again. Like, I've also seen this, but I don't know how to recreate this. Oh, okay. I don't know if I can do that. Did a cute little... Do I like this? Ugh, I don't know. I don't know. It's 9:15. The point is that we tried. You won't always be great at everything, but at least you know that you tried your best. You tried with all your heart, everything possible, and it still didn't work out. At least you can say you tried. There's your motivation for the day, to start the day. I'm on my last legs here, guys. This has to be it. This has to be it. Cool. I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it. You know what? We're here. We're doing it. I've decided. I've wasted too much time on this already. Pack it up. Okay. Here's the outfit of the day. It's giving Doechii, right? The braided tie. I love it. And then it's super sunny. So these glasses, these sunnies are perfect with this. If there's one thing I'm going to do while I'm on the subway, it's doom scroll. It's just fantasize about everything and nothing. But I also like to look at the ads on the subway. I actually get up, I take pictures, I take videos, look at the headlines and the copy, and just get an idea for like what the objective was, all that stuff. And I like to write down anything I like in a copy bank for later. But then also like obviously being on my phone, looking at what's going on social media, doing the long walk through the Spadina Line 1 tunnel. But if you're watching this and you've been thinking about maybe getting into copywriting, I would advise you to look around you. Look at billboards, look at posters, look at ads on the subway, look at ads on your phone, and see what copywriters are doing.
Spadina to Queen's Quay and Spadina.
We have made it to our workstation for the day. I look good. The sun is shining. We're going to be productive. That's the CN Tower over there. Can't beat that. First thing I did when I got to 10 Dean was check my emails, check my messages. And my mom, I love her. She sends like 10-minute voice messages and she says the craziest stuff. I love her. But literally, like, I don't need a podcast. I just need to listen to my mom. Also, this drink, holy crap, was it sweet. Banana something, I don't know. So my task for today was writing PR content for the launch of my website copywriting guide and template. If you don't know, a copywriter is someone who writes words that sell stuff. That is my day job. I write for small businesses and female entrepreneurs. And I wanted to create website copywriting templates for a long time, and I'm finally doing it because a lot of people don't have the biggest budget when they're launching their website. So I wanted to launch these. And one great way of getting more brand awareness and spreading my reach is by doing PR content. So writing emails and blog posts and doing guest, Instagram posts or podcast guests or being a YouTube guest for other people who have a big audience. And so I reached out to a bunch of people. 2 said, yes, absolutely, let's do this. So today I was writing an email newsletter for one person and then a guest blog post for another person. So that is just, getting a peek over my shoulder. If you'd be interested in a video about how I approach PR content and also like how to write a blog post, how to write an email newsletter, comment below and I'll make that separately. We are done with the copy phase of our day. Now it's time to find food. And there's literally so much around here. Like, I'm on Spadina and this road is filled with good food. I love ramen, and Adjacent Ramen is like my go-to place, and I know what's on the street. And it is a little bit cool. But also Kensington Market is near here and I can go window shopping while I eat, after I eat, because I need to eat. My stomach is empty. It's empty. So I might get something there. But also there's Kin's Garden. Oh, it's right there. This is it. The soup dumplings from this place have me in a chokehold. What do I want? I don't know what I want. I want soup dumplings. $9 for 4 soup dumplings. You can't beat that. You cannot go wrong with that. But there's literally so much around here. I love Queen and Spadina because if you go up Spadina, there's food. You go down Queen, there's food, and there's shopping all over. But I literally this area just reminds me why I love this city. It's just it's such a vibe. It's so aesthetically pleasing. Of course, there are many things wrong with this city as with any other city, but I just love being around people. I love people watching, seeing people's fashion, seeing just like humanity at work. And I feel like I love to see that the most in this area. I did so much today. Honestly, I only did 2 things. I wrote an email newsletter and a blog post, but the blog post was 10 pages. The email newsletter 5 of a Google Doc. Mind you, it's a lot. And usually I give myself an outline for blog posts. Like with AI, I always ask it to outline my blog posts so I have an idea of what to write. But with this blog post, I was writing it for like PR, so I'm writing it for someone else's blog just to spread awareness. That's a great way of getting more brand awareness by spreading your reach on someone else's blog. or YouTube or email newsletter or social media. And so with this blog post, it was like very top funnel. So like educating people on things that they're just learning about. And I'm like, let me just right off the cuff, see what happens. 3 hours later, 10 pages later, insane. I've never written a blog post that's long. That long. I've never gone in so much. And it just goes to show that when people ask me something and when I want to tell people something, I go for the long story long. Like, it's still like in bite-sized chunks, but I go in, I spare no expense to make sure you know everything I know. It was crazy. When I finished looking at it, I'm like, this is insane. I went in. So yeah, I'm going to link that in the description when that eventually launches, because it's not going to be like for another month on this person's blog. But I'm just amazed by how much I wrote. And now I'm like, do I even need AI anymore to outline blog posts for me? Because if I can do this, like, this is the most I've ever written. The outlines that AI has given me, honestly, have limited me, because if I can write this much without an outline, I'm good. But AI still helps. Like, I love it for coming up with content ideas and kind of like giving me a baseline and then going off from that. But yeah, it was a lot, man. And now I'm gonna just do a little bit of window shopping. Literally, I just got an email from my agent that I'm getting paid, which is always so nice because I never know when it's coming because I'm non-union. So you get paid at, 90 days. You have the client has 90 days to pay a non-union actor after the commercial is released. And there is no deadline on when they can release it. Like, I filmed a commercial 2 years ago. I didn't get paid till this year because they only launched the commercial in December of last year. Literally, which is insane, but I'm non-union, so there's no protections for me. Like, I get paid within 90 days of a commercial releasing, but they can never release the commercial. So I could get paid for my time on set, but if they don't use a commercial, I won't get the buyout fee, which could be like $1,500 to $10,000 depending on the commercial. And so when I got this random $3,000 check earlier this year, I'm like, what is this from? And then I realized it was from a commercial I shot 2 years ago. I was like, whoa. And so I got an email today. It's always on a Friday. My agent always sends money out on Fridays that I'm getting paid. And usually, like, I'll get the email before I get the money. So I'll probably get the money like next Tuesday or Wednesday. But it's like $3,000 for a commercial that I shot 2 or 3 months ago, which is nice. So when I get the buyout fee, I know that they're using my likeness in the final edit. But I always get the session fee, which is just the payment for the day. And the money, I get paid for the wardrobe fitting, which is like a day or two before the actual shoot. And so that is usually like $500 to $700, depending on like how much they're willing to pay for the session and how much they pay for wardrobe. Wardrobe fittings are usually like $75 an hour, and it's usually 2 hours maximum. If they go over 2 hours, they'll pay you extra. But this was not 2 hours because it was for an app commercial. So like they already had a set, set wardrobe for me. So that wasn't a problem. And I was really on set for for half a day, and I'm in it for like maybe like a second because I was not the main character. I was just like beside the main character, but because I'm beside the main character, they use my likeness, right? So I'm going to get the buyout, which is like $3,000, $3,400, which is amazing. I can use that to put towards my bills and all that stuff. And it's really nice when that happens because it's like randomly you'll get $3,000, and I'm like, thank God. But then you'll also be waiting like months for money, and you never know when you're gonna get it. And also you don't know when the commercial comes out unless someone tells you. Like I did a commercial for HomeSense years ago, and they've been renewing it, which is amazing because every time you also get renewed past the term that they set, you get paid again. So I'm gonna get another $3,000 because they're renewing this past the 2-year term, which is amazing. But I don't know that they do it because they don't have a right to tell you. Like, they don't need to tell the actor, like, because I'm not like a huge consideration. I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. So like they don't need to tell me. So I have to like search and hunt for the commercials that I've been in, which is crazy. Because there are places where they'll have them, like iSpot TV is where you can find commercials, but they only have Canadian commercials. If I'm in an American commercial and I don't have cable, I'm not going to see it unless someone's in the States and they know me. Like I did a commercial for Mucinex. I didn't know that it was on broadcast until someone's like, I'm in New York and I see you on TV. Or I know people who are in the States and they're like, oh, your NFL commercial or your Bud Light commercial just came out. That's the only way I'll know. And so the HomeSense commercial, since I knew it got renewed because my mom told me, because she saw my ad on YouTube and then she saw it on TV. But I wouldn't have known. I'm on YouTube, but I haven't seen the ad yet, so I wouldn't have known. And so this is telling me that the ad that I just shot, they're going to use my edit, my likeness in the final edit, and that they're releasing it soon. And they might have already released it, honestly, because again, they have 90 days from after the commercial has been released, but they can pay you before that. But for all I know, it could be out right now and I wouldn't know. Because again, it's an American commercial this month. So I don't know how to find it. And also it's for mobile. I think it's only on the app. So again, I don't have the app. So I won't be able to find it, which sucks because you obviously want to add it to your portfolio and your demo reel. So it's just interesting. Like, I'm happy I'm getting like a random 3,400 or 3,100, which is awesome. I can put it towards my bills, but it's just weird. Like I have auditioned so much. Like, I audition all the time, and you will audition like crazy. You'll get recalls and just never hear back. Like, if you wonder, will they book me? Will they not? If you don't hear back within like 2 weeks, they're not booking you, which is crazy. And it sucks because, like, I've been told that people want me for my natural hair, which is great progress, right? But then when I have braids, I never get booked, which sucks. I've been told that clients will not book me because they can't style braids, which is bull. Obviously, like, what is this? It's a style. It's a style. Of course you can style braids. You can put it up in a ponytail, down in a low ponytail, in a bun, high or low. You can do a claw clip. You can curl it. Clearly you can curl it. So it's both. It's not that clients can't style braids. It's that they don't know how to, because all the hair and makeup artists that they hire don't know how to style black hair. They barely know how to put the right foundation shade on. So unfortunately, it's been true. The person that told me this, I was annoyed. I didn't say anything about it, but I was like, that's kind of sus. But unfortunately, I've seen that I've only booked one commercial this year with braids. One. The other 2 years that I've had braids and I've had an agent and was acting, no bookings when I had braids. None. And I had braids for like a good 3-4 months this year, and I only booked one commercial in that time. And then as soon as I was done with the braids and I had my natural curls, I booked 3 commercials, which is crazy. Like, it's great that they love my natural hair, but it's also like, I feel like you are harboring some anti-blackness with braids. And also, when you say braids, are you thinking cornrows or are you thinking single braids, right? But also, like, the excuse that they can't style braids is it's lazy. It's lazy. And also, like, hair and makeup artists that go on set, they are hired by the producer because they know them. Like, it's all about who you know, really. So if the producer doesn't know a black hair and makeup artist, it is what it is, right? And so, honestly, like, I've just come to make sure that my hair is ready when I come to set. And, like, people have said, like, your hair should be prepared and stuff, but it's like, my version of prepared is 5 hours. To wash and twist and then untwist my hair so it's presentable takes 5 hours. 5 hours. So really, I'm doing the work that a hairstylist is getting paid for on set because they don't know how to do it. Like, if I came to hair with my citrus blow dry, that's presentable. And they could style that, but they wouldn't know how to. They wouldn't know how to. And I'm not going to come to set not, like, being prepared for that. It's things I've noticed in the industry. That's kind of annoying. And it's made me wonder if I want to continue doing this. Also because I'm, like, of course, like, wondering if I'm a good enough actor, though. But now that I'm starting to write my own scripts and I have so many ideas for movies, I'm like, maybe that's just how I get into this industry and I stay, because I've always been a writer. Maybe I'm not meant to be on the screen. Maybe I'm meant to be behind it. And that's okay. As long as I get to be a part of movies being made. Honestly, that's really what I care about, because I'm just kind of tired of this nonsense. And I'm okay with putting in the work and stuff, but it's such a thankless job, and money is tight, and I need to make money. So it might be better to just write scripts and make, like a soft $50,000 from selling the script, which would be amazing. And then it becomes, maybe it wins an Oscar or an award or something. That'd be amazing. So yeah. And if I don't end up getting to write my screenplay today, at least I got to talk about acting in the industry. But yeah. Speaking of acting, I just got an email from my agent that I have a recall audition on Monday. So I shot an audition and they want to see me in person to see if, like, what I'm like in person. So a recall audition is great because it shows that they're interested in you. So you really have to nail the recall audition. And so since it's on Monday, I'll likely hear back on the Friday. And so just a little information about, like, how things are working. Like, you'll have a breakdown, which gives you information. So it'll tell you, like, who's casting it. And so usually, like, that'll tell me where it is, because there's always the same casting agency. So I know, like, oh, it's here. Okay, I'm going to this place. It'll tell me, like, what the shoot dates are, what the wardrobe dates are, and there are a lot of wardrobe dates for this, so which tells me that it's going to be like a lot of different spots. Like they're gonna have multiple spots for one campaign, so it'll be like a lot of different people for each spot. So I won't be on every single wardrobe date probably, because it's like 1, 2, 3, 5 wardrobe dates. I'll probably be on one, and I probably won't even be like the whole 2-hour slot. I might be there in their 30 minutes. It also tells me the rate of pay for the fitting. It is $75 for 2 hours, and then it's like $37.50 per hour for overtime. It tells me the session rate, so how much they'll pay me for the 10-hour shoot, which is usually what it is. It's usually a 10-hour shoot. Sometimes it's 12, but usually just 10. And then it tells me the buyout if I make the final edit. And there's different buyouts depending on whether you're like the main character or whether you're just like a secondary or whether you're an extra. How long they want to show the commercial and where they're going to show it. So sometimes you get paid extra if they show it in different markets, like different countries, or if they show it like print versus just digital photos, or if they show it like broadcast versus just digital. So they have different terms. And so, for example, with HomeSense, it was broadcast, so TV, and then digital, so like YouTube ads. And it was 2 years. They extended it another year, so I got paid last year, and then they extended it again this year, so I'm going to get paid again this year. So that's just an example of how that kind of breakdown works. When you submit an audition, you know when the callback date is. You have to be available for that day, but you can say that you're not available at a certain time because things happen, but you have to be available on them. It just sucks because callbacks are always in person. And again, Toronto, traffic, disgusting. It is literally the worst. I know that because this is at noon, it'll take me like 45 minutes-ish to get there. So I'll have to leave at like 11:15. And then because of rush hour and traffic, I won't get home till 2, which sucks. That's like 3 hours gone out of my day. And luckily though, I have nothing around that time, so I'm okay. But that's just kind of a sucky thing. And you kind of have to drive because public transit is not reliable. Like it could just like shut down and be like no service in between different stations. So yeah. That is so good. So good. Okay, we have been fed. Now to travel in Kensington Market. And we have made it to the intersection of Kensington Market. This is usually bumping in the summertime. Again, so surprised that it's not busier right now. This place has a lot of kitschy stuff, so let's go in here. Ooh, I like these a lot. Like a lot. Honorable mention to the Caribbean corner, where you can get all of your Caribbean fixings, including chubby. I haven't had Milo in so long. Oh, yeah. Another honorable Caribbean mention. We've made it to the home of all cute things. Oh my god. Those are so cute. Oh my gosh, I've never seen clips like this. I've been wanting more like seashell jewelry, and I love this one. It's so cute. Yes, you are. It's perfect. It's literally a perfect bed. 45?
Also, your nails.
Thank you. She likes my nails. Can you tell my favorite color is green? I love this store. Oh. Hi. How are you? Good, how are you? I wanted this bag and I'm wondering if I still do. I think the answer is no. Case in point, sometimes if you see something you really want but aren't sure about it, give yourself time to decide, and I've decided that I don't want it. I love the birthday cards here. I always get my birthday cards here because they're different. Oh yeah, I've gotten this one. I'm gonna get it again. Time for bubbles. Yeah. In case you didn't know, I love oysters, so I must get this one. So many people have asked me if this is my hair. It is not. I bought it separately. Another one of my favorite places to work from. Project Soul, that little door right beside the mint green section. Someone's working there right now.